All right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. This is going to be another quick one just to go over the day today. We had a couple of stocks that we traded, EONR and INDO being our top two. Well, actually, MGRX, we can't forget about that one as well. Now, strange phenomenon today with EONR just disappearing off our screens and out of our broker for a good 15 minutes or so before coming back online. And to get it back online, people mentioned you had to restart your platform. I did talk to Thinkorswim today, but I forgot to ask about this stock. So I sadly didn't really get any sort of clarification. If you guys were able to talk to customer service, if you had a position going, be sure to let us know down below what their explanation was for this particular stock. But yeah, a bit of a triple threat today with these three here. Let's talk about it. You know what? And we do have some losing stocks too. DUO, right? A stock that we're down on here, 180 bucks. You'll see it was pretty crazy. Started the day a little sideways and then just sold off, very aggressive. But did curl back up about an hour later, around 10:30. It just got on one and just ripped over VWAP into a halt going up. But you know, from here it had trouble, right? We did push up into another halt again, but that was all this one wrote. I mean, literally back down. And because opportunity did cost, I didn't really get to see these areas right here and then here going up. So missed out on those two uptrends, and then tried the resumption trade and it just went lower. I was looking for the dip and rip, and I think this is where I have to be a little bit more patient. Sometimes we can fall victim to these same, things, right? And initially on the halt resumption, we opened up higher. Can we give a bit of a pullback and then can we rip? Right, that's ideally what we wanted to see. This thing opened up around 60, well 74. We had a low of about 60. Very tight pullback. I jumped in thinking it was going to go. It didn't, and I needed to wait after that. It's really and truly just one trade and perhaps a continuation trade if it gives a good move. But we didn't see it, and I tried like about 4 times. I even tried this thing flush down here again and again, maybe 5 trades, all small losses adding up. Now, it was a little disappointing. I did get myself back to flat. I believe it was either here or here. And then I had a losing trade at the end of it, and it's like, okay, you know what? Forget it with this stock, right? Yesterday, this is what I made my money on. Today, it just didn't have it, man. It didn't have it. So we'll move on here to SGMT. We're at 100 bucks in this one. SGMT, just a quick look. I think we just took about a trade or two, nothing crazy here. Yeah, coming into the open, we were watching to see if this thing would hold up. I think we might have gotten chopped out looking for the double bottom down here at 76, if I'm not mistaken. But we can definitely check in fact, let's put on the show trades here, because sometimes I forget and I mix up the levels. So let's see, looks like I took 78, 82, and then 94. So I tried for that bit of a, double bottom. As we can see, it went lower, and then it did curl up. So break of the whole dollar also didn't go. So I tried low, got chopped out, tried high, it didn't go. And just like that, scratch trades, they add up, down 100 bucks. So MGRX, which early cheaper stock, we thought this one was going to be the stock of the day, right? I mean, things can change and can change quickly here, especially our bias even on these stocks. This one started out around 25 cents. By the time we got to the open, it's around 40, almost a 50, almost 100% move. About 80%. And so coming into the open, we're watching at this thing, and can we gain a good entry? That's always the question, right? So I was watching something else for preference into the open, so I wasn't watching at it off the rip. So I missed the first move here, and again, opportunity is going to cost. I did show up in time to see this red candle happening, but because I wanted to give the stock time to gauge how it was moving, what's the high, what's the low, how are we doing here, I kind of messed up, and sadly didn't get in, and it went without me. 1 minute candle made the new high, and it just ripped up higher. So from 46, it got all the way up to 49, and then 51, and You know, from here it was trying to wait so patiently for the pullback. We tried, I think initially we tried here like 47 and then it kept going lower, but we didn't really get to properly capture this move up right away. So, you know, it was a little bit disappointing on this bounce, but coming over here especially is where we really was able to lock in. I think we got about 19,000 shares at 47 on this green candle, and we were selling into the highs, and we were hoping we would see continuation and retest of the highs and maybe another, you know, push, but that was all this one wrote. That was all this one wrote. And I can show you guys this position here, just a little bit of a quick view of what that trade looked like. I still have the old mic, but I unplugged it for some time. I think maybe because I did that, the settings probably was wiped away. I have no idea. It's probably picking up a bunch of background noise. Let's see, MGRX. I'll have to listen back to this video to see. So I think it was over here. So yeah, I had like a massive position. So, you know, well, not really massive. This is pretty small for this type of price. But I'm in 21,000 shares, 46. And I'm looking to ride the wave up here, but I'm hoping that this stock would go back to 50, maybe make a new high, 55, teleport 55, 56. So as I'm unwinding shares here, let's see, as I'm unwinding shares here, yes, I'm selling into the high, selling, taking a little something. You can see I'm up unrealized $700 at one point. This thing is going to come down, and it's going to come down rather quickly here. So this is me just, you know, hey, I think I'm in a good position. I'm going to give it time. Let's see what it does. And look at how fast it really comes down here. So initially I'm thinking, okay, maybe another quick 1 minute pullback to then try again 49.50, because we're still at 48.90 here on the ask. You know, 48.50 on the bids. But once it decides to come down again, 49 right there. Maybe I should have sold a little bit more because we're having some resistance. But because my average is so good and I already unwinded a good deal of the trade, I'm trying to give it time here, and it's just going to come collapsing down, right? 47, and then it's going to go basically to the depths. So I even kind of sold for a little bit of a loss there. And good thing that I did, because 44 a couple seconds later. So yeah, that was a little rough right there. By the way, guys, be sure to check out the course website if you're looking to get involved in Merciless Markets. That's the day trading course that I offer. If you want to see the live archive, right, which is what I just was showing on the screen here, this video is uploaded to the course website every day. Not only from myself, but for Tim's perspective, Marcelo's perspective, and Triad's perspective. If you guys didn't know, Tim and Marcelo are pushing like 1 million on the year. So if you want to see, they have even sometimes bigger green days than I do, right? And in fact, a lot of the times, not even sometimes, they use bigger size and they're hitting it home. So if you want to see a lot of those 10K days, 5K days, be sure to check it out. MMU Diamond or Tim's Archive. Triad, $500 days a lot of the times. So if you want to see someone that's, you know, just a couple $100, and then of course you guys see me, I'm like the middleman. You know, a couple of $500 days, $1,000 days, stuff like that, right? So yeah, check us out. Check us out. Don't delay. Utilize code COACH. And by the way, you guys can book coaching calls, right? Not just students, but anybody can book a coaching call with myself, Marcelo, or Triad. All right. Tim does have other business, so he's not available for coaching calls. Maybe it's sometime in the future that'll change. So coming into our last two stocks, we have INDO. So INDO. This stock we've traded many a times throughout the years. And today it's going to do pretty well, right? So you can see it's kind of this pattern of going up, pulling back, going up, pulling back, going up, pulling back, going up, pulling back. And so in these areas, can we attack the high if they break out? Can we attack the dips over and over? We have bottoming candlesticks here. Can we utilize our indicators to be in? And can we utilize our indicators as best as possible to avoid false breakouts like this, but to position ourselves in areas like here and here to be in holding and either taking the breakout for the move up? And this one literally ranks and repeat, right? Again, just move up, pull back, move up, pull back. And when we have this linear price action, it's never easy, but it's a little bit more of a smoother experience to be able to be in, capture the trades, and then come back out. So INDO, we do appreciate this beautiful move. And we got up there to 410 before it going sideways. And maybe it'll be in play tomorrow. We'll see. So moving on to our last stock of the day, EONR, the stock that did disappear. And when I say disappeared, for somebody who might not have traded today, let's say it's just on my screen like this, and then the symbol just, no longer, in fact, it might still not even show up because I never refreshed EONR. I never refreshed my platform. Oh, never mind. Okay, it is going to show up. But yeah, if you typed in the symbol, it's almost as if the stock was not in existence. We're all trading it fine and everything is normal. And then out of nowhere, I think maybe it was around 10:30, it just disappeared. You could still see your position in the monitor window here, but it's as if it just disappeared. I mean, the strangest of things, right? I mean, what's going on with the platform? So some people, we did have a member in the chat room that lost $500. They had 2,500 shares, around 60. By the time it came back online, it's at like 45 or 40, somewhere there. So they did lose off the top. But sometimes you got to just sum it up to the game, and hopefully you can get a refund, especially if you're recording your screen and these type of things. So EONR, it kind of came up, so around 1040, 1050 is where this one really started to gain volume. And initially we had a price point of 144 for highs. I saw it right around here. The pullback was so low, and I was a little late. I wasn't sure if it was going to hold up for the 5-minute setup, but it did. And it curled up. The 1-minute candle made the new high, and it was an immediate retest of high of day, which was good to see. We did see some resistance up here, but when we pulled back, we held up our lows, and it curled up nicely. And this is just a beautiful linear type of patterns that we love to see. Another flag here, and then making the new high, and from there we started to really have that bit of a backside pullback. So we did keep an eye on the 5-minute chart, and it's like, hey, can we get the 5-minute candle to make the new high to see this bigger flag play out right here? But we didn't really get that, and we made new lows, and so we eased off. But we can see into the close, and maybe tomorrow it'll be in play. So I definitely want to make sure my screen up top isn't even loading. I want to keep this one on watch. And so let's see here, EONR. I'll type it into my level 2. I'll just have to save my layout. EONR, EONR. And then, what was the other one? My memory here. DUO. Was it DUO? I think it was DUO. Let me just look through all of them one last time, and then we'll shut it down. MGRX ended up pulling back. SGMT, no good. So yeah, it was DUO. Actually, INDO as well. All three of them, it's worth keeping an eye on tomorrow. In pre-market, if they pulled back, then it more than likely will be no good. But if you're still holding up your levels, at that point, it just comes down to volume. So, but yeah, guys, that was the day. I did show you a little bit of archive on MGRX, keeping the rest for the students. Other than that, take a look at those links down below. Check out Momo Pro. That's the scanning software that I use every day. Every morning when I come in, this is the platform that I use to check which stocks are going to be on my watch list, right? So by filtering by last and highest percentage here, I can come all the way down and see what's moving and what's not. To get a bit of a tighter filter, I can look at the Relentless Momo filter, which you'll see INDO, EONR, and so forth, some other stocks that came up a little later in the day. But yeah, check it out, Momo Pro. They do offer halt levels, and let's say halt alerts, as well as limit up, limit down levels for any stock that's up more than, I think, 5% in the last 3 minutes. But yeah, so there's Momo Pro. Check out the chat room as well. Feel free to check out the Relentless Trading chat room. Well, how much time are we pushing here? Because we can go through, let's take a quick 2 minutes to just go through some of the monthly calendar, and we can go through some P&Ls from today as well. But we can go through some of the monthly calendars. Seems like most people did well today. Save, Tim, and especially having much bigger days. I think Marcelo also, yeah, 2.5. Big Steve, we know you'll rise back up again, brother. Only a matter of time, baby. Only a matter of time. A few small red trades, few small red days. Oliver, nicely done. Way to go. But I really want to show you guys the monthly calendars from last month. Mr. Man, a red day there. Minty, smaller green, but still ending green, which is good. These two guys, Dynasty, just a consistent, man. ZH, getting it done. Dan Shark, small green. Way to go, guys. Kersey, 2.2. All right, let's skip up to these calendars. So this is yesterday, the end of the month. We do have some people who are red. We do have some people who are green. You know, as we know, it's a work in progress, and we're all looking forward to progressing, all right? So Momo Bro ended red of the month. And I do like that he's, you know, keeping it tight. $600, not too bad for the red month. You can see 956 trader, really small size. These two guys right here, process over profits. Process over profits. ZH, red to green there. Beam, who is a really solid student, up about 200K on the year, had a red month, one of his first red months in a long time. And we spoke in the MMU general chat, right? That's where we jump on the call and hang out, talk, chop it up, go over trades, lessons. You know, it's essentially like a open floor conversation, and we take turns going over different topics, and people ask different questions, things like that. So, you know, we spoke in there with Beam, and you know, he's looking to turn it around. He's looking to turn it around. He did take vacation and miss out some hotter days, but we do believe, you know, he has the experience and skill. And we have no doubt that in no time he'll be flying again with those 30K months that we saw him had. John, nicely done. A little chop earlier in the month, but getting it done. Actually, this is more so of a yearly calendar I'm seeing here. Going back to May. A little bit of chop in the last 90 days, but, you know, uptrending nicely. Way to go with the small size. BMAC. Extremely consistent as well. September, 32,000 for the big BMAC, who we also just did a success story interview. That'll be coming out pretty soon. Let's come up here to another calendar. Save, $64,000 on the month. As you guys know, Save is a Team House member. All right, he's always at the Team House meetups with us. Great guy. Beast of a trader, absolute beast. You guys saw that he's up 7K today. For Save, 7K is like a scratch trade day, a normal day for him, you know. His bigger days, as you can see, like 20K, you know, to over 10K is like normal for him. So shout out to Save, right? I mean, absolute monster, and he did have some trouble in the Chinese names as well at the end of September. Handy girl in the sim, what happened here in the sim? What happened here? Right? Feel free to reach out to us for some help. ATGL and XHG. Massive losses. We got to remember, even though there's a sim, we got to still make sure we treat the trades realistic, and we got to keep our tight stops. Can't let the trades go against us, all right? All right. Travel, is that Trevel? I'm not sure of the name, how to pronounce it, but anyhow, green, $16. Did have some trouble earlier in the month. But locked in towards the end, and two nice solid days here. It looks like maybe a little bit of an increase in size perhaps coming into the end of the month, but definitely, you know, let's continue to focus on consistency. Let's try to have more green days. You know, even myself, I'm also looking forward to being more consistent, right, in terms of green days. Ken W, nicely done. Way to go, Ken. 4,200 September North. Looks like he did pretty well. If I had to guess, you know, maybe like 10,000, right? Just off the size of the P&Ls. D trades, 23K on the month. Strong week 2 and week 1. A little bit of trouble week 3, but closing out on the green side of things week 4 and 5. There's so much potential here, man. There's so much potential. Oliver, Day. So shout out to Geo here as well. A few red days mixed in, but, you know, mostly green. Looks like he got it done. Shout out to Geo, the man. Dash, man. Dash, you know, another MMU student, also moderator here in the Discord and the YouTube stream. Looks like he's finally turning the corner and I believe he did end the month around 4K if I'm not mistaken. Green Dream, it was a choppy month for a lot of people, man, including myself. I mean, I thought I would have done better with a month like this, but it was so difficult. Green Dream, about 34,000 on the month. One red day. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic. Beautiful. Enzo, process over profits, the man himself. 2K on the month. And as Enzo continues to increase share size, we know what to expect from him. This is what the MMU community is all about right here. Marcelo, the mighty stocks himself, the mighty Marcelo. 50K month. Calm. And we know for Marcelo, this is a calm, chilled month. He also had his biggest red day, 7,500. But, you know, still kept it going, still got it done. And Marcelo, an absolute beast. And that's why he's one of the big time mentors here in the community. Tim, one of the big time mentors as well. I guess, did we go over his? Maybe not yet. It's coming up. Gus, way to go. 3K. Smooth. Nice. Beautiful. Mostly green everywhere. But a bigger red day here I'm seeing on the 30th at the end of the month. Definitely could have done without that red day there. What happened? Gus, be sure to review this day and, you know, see what you can't do in terms of adjustment. Lucas, another one of the MMU students who are really getting it done. A bit of a slower month for him, right? A bit of a slower month. He mentioned that after his fees, he's just about flat, right? So again, September, a very tricky month for a lot of us. But Lucas, we also did an interview and a success story video interview, and he's absolutely killing it. Well over 100K in gains. We know what to expect from him when we're seeing smooth conditions, and also, you know, in terms of consistency, right? This guy had a 70K month or 68K month, something like that, after being out of trading for like three months. So he's a beast. He's an absolute beast. Cactus Rob, who I don't know if he posted, but you know for sure probably about 10K on the month. Old Cactus Rob is what we called old reliable. When in doubt, if everybody in the world is red, Cactus Rob green at least $800. When in doubt, Cactus Rob, old reliable, consistent. And we got the guys, Beam, who I think did we talk about Beam already? Beam, who also had a rough month. I can't remember if we talked about him already. I think we might have, but Beam ended red. We know what he's capable of. But coming into Dynasty and Minty, man, the two guys that won the Team House trip, the meetup, Sea of Green, and we're gonna do some interviews with them as well. Sea of Green, best record month, best record days, day after day. These guys killed the month, man. They slayed the beast. And if you can do this well on a choppy month, imagine when the markets are hot, what you can do then. Imagine when the markets are hot, what you can do then. Dash, as we mentioned, plus 4K on the month, maybe plus 5K because he did add to this green day here at the end. And as we can see, he did have a bigger red day here, but overall mostly consistent, and he got it done. Looks like he's finally turning the corner. Myself, as you guys know, a bit of a choppier month for the past store. We did let things get ahead of us on the 25th. Gave back way more than we should have given back. But all in all, for me, it was a bit of a slower month, right? 9,500, maybe minus 1K from that after fees, if I had to guess. I can actually check. Well, I'm not logged in, but yeah, if I had to guess, maybe even less than that, because, you know, for me, I don't really trade a ton of size. But, you know, this day we could have definitely done without it. We were supposed to stop when we were down about 900, but we doubled the loss, which I was not happy about. But all in all, still for me, you know, it's a slow month, but a decent month at the end of the day. You know, we'll take the gains, we'll study up, and we'll look to improve. A lot of things that I'll talk about in the monthly recap coming up this weekend is that I need to be more aggressive. And not in terms of like size necessarily, but there's a lot of trades that I see that I find myself hesitating on, right? Especially if I'm starting the day off red. So that's going to be a big topic, a big point of focus. Minty, the man, just like his bro, 25,700, 56, 25, exactly. So these guys absolutely killed it, man. And I met their parents. I know that their parents are so freaking proud. And what's beautiful about this, that it's two of them. If it's one of them, you know, you're doing your thing, but It's two of them. It's double the income. I mean, these guys, man, their future is so bright. They're gonna fly high. They're gonna fly high. I have very, very high hopes for them, and I know that they're gonna follow through. Jorge, I don't know if he posted a monthly calendar, but we did see a lot of green days. Way to go. Way to go. I think this is like Trade Zero calendar. I'm not too sure. Big Steve's story is also pretty inspiring. Big Steve, 10K on the month, very calm, very, you know, again, Big Steve, we know he's going to pick it back up as well. We can see some slower days here to end the second half of the month, but we know what Big Steve is capable of. Jackson, 16,000 on the month. Shout out to Jackson. We're also going to reach out to him over time for another interview and success story. But I think that might have been it. Yeah, we did go for a little longer here. Kersey, 18,000 on the month. Tim, I think there's some, we're missing some. ZH, 1,400, way to go. Wait, hold on. There's 1 day of size here. 1 day of size in the 9th. I'm curious as to why there's so much small size and then some bigger, you know, days. Did you size up by accident, or did you purposely size up on really good setups? You know, what's the deal here? Reach out to me if you're seeing the video, or I'll try to reach out to you here. Let me put it down in my notes here. Let me pause the video quickly. Yeah, okay, I got that in my notes. So I'll reach out to him to see what happened, because if we're going to use small size, ideally you want to stick to small size, keep that discipline, and then size up when the time is right. So moving on, let's see, MNQ chat room member getting it done, 4.4 for September, and I think okay, that might have been it. J, let's see, what does it say here? Mosh, this mod wrecked me mentally. But we're seeing mostly green here, but a bigger red day on the 25th of $7, and then of $3 on the 23rd. Oh, we did have a $10, $20. It looks like a green overall, but maybe just in terms of the mental warfare, you know. And then lastly, we have Tim, who said for him it's his toughest month of the year overall, and really and truly just got to green on the 23rd and let's say week 4. So, and we know Tim usually is up at like 80-90k months every month, so definitely a slower month for him. It's a testament to how tricky sometimes the market can be, but what we do see, and it's the beautiful thing about being in a community, right? We never compare ourselves to people directly in that negative way. But when we look at the guys like Marcelo, Minty, Dynasty, you know, some of the other traders who are using smaller size, who their calendar is like a sea of green, it lets us know that with some adjustments and the right reviewing, that we can adjust enough to be able to see more consistency. And that's what I freaking love about this chat room, man, is that I'm inspired and motivated to push forward, to be better and improve, so that I can see a better month, a better week, a better day, and just more consistency overall when the market is in this type of phase that it's in. So let's keep grinding, let's keep pushing, and let's strive for excellence. All right, guys, hit that thumbs up. It's been your favorite YouTuber, Relentless Trader, in the building here. Hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow we'll be live again at 9:15 a.m. market time, Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you guys there for another beautiful day. Stay safe, stay green.